Hello and welcome to DVB English News. I'm Joe. In this week's headlines, Brotherhood Alliance calls on military forces to surrender. Humanitarian costs mount in northern Shan State fighting. Rohingya repatriation discussions ongoing in Bangladesh. Military commanders accused of violations. The Brotherhood Alliance called on all pro-military forces to surrender or defect to its side on November 1st. The Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army, the Arakan Army, and the Da'ang National Liberation Army claimed that around 100 Burma Army troops, including 15 members of the pro-military Kunlong militia, had surrendered or defected since Operation 1027 began on October 27th. The National Unity Government Acting President Dua Lashila called on all pro-military forces to immediately follow the Brotherhood Alliance directive and cease fighting. He said that Burma Army troops should defect or surrender and join the ethnic resistance groups in People's Defense Force. 9 civilians, including 2 children, have been killed and 9 others injured in northern Shan State since the Brotherhood Alliance launched its offensive on October 27th, states the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. Over 23,000 people have been displaced from their homes in northern Shan State and have sought refuge in nearby forests and temples. Hundreds of refugees have reportedly crossed the border into China to escape the fighting. According to UN OCHA, the Burma Army has also restricted access into Lasho, the largest town in northern Shan State. A regime delegation traveled to Teknaf, Bangladesh on October 31st to discuss the repatriation of Rohingya refugees. Teknaf is located near the Bangladesh-Burma border. An unnamed regime official in charge of refugee resettlement told DVB that they met with families who are listed as wanting to return to Burma. He added that the regime plans to receive up to 2,800 refugees by the end of the year. The regime official told the meeting that the 2,800 Rohingya would be resettled in 15 villages located in northern Mongda Township. Officials from Arakan State and the Bangladeshi consulate in Sitwe attended the meeting. Nearly 1 million Rohingya have fled to Bangladesh to escape persecution and genocide in Burma. 51 Burma Army commanders have had accusations of disappearances, killings, rapes, and torture against units under their command since 2011. This is according to Security Force Monitor, or SFM. The SFM is a Columbia Law School Human Rights Institute project seeking to hold the military accountable for its crimes. The founder and director of SFM, Tony Wilson, said that there is huge evidence that human rights abuses are being perpetuated in Myanmar on a vast scale. 28 of the commanders received promotions after the alleged human rights violations occurred. 3 others may be promoted in the future, adds SFM. It based its conclusions on newspaper reporting, regime media, and human rights organizations research. And that's it for this week's headlines. Thanks for listening to DVB English News. I'm Joe. Stay tuned to this channel for the weekly briefing. Follow us on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple, or Google Podcasts.